Hello everybody, this is Dedra with Paper Crafts and Planners, and today we are going to make a little lip balm holder. I've got a couple different styles here. They're the basic, just the closures are different. And let me open it up and I'll show you what it looks like inside. Tie this ribbon. And it has a little lip balm inside that's held in the center. This one I've put the pretty paper on 3 spots, and then I've put a white here so that you can write a message if you're giving this to someone as a gift. It's coming up to end of the year. This might be a cute gift for teachers. You know, it's not expensive to do, and you can give one to each teacher your child has contact with. That would be great. So this one, what I did was I punched holes using my Crop-A-Dile, and I just used it on the smallest hole to punch the holes, and then I just ran twine from one side to the other and then tied the bow. So same basic thing, just a little bit different on the closure. You could also write a thank you message on the front here. You know, put a stamped thank you and add it to the front, and that would be cute also. It just depends on what you're going to do with this. Okay, let's put that aside and I'll show you what you're going to need. You're going to need 1 piece of solid colored cardstock that is, this is the base, and it's 3.5 by 5.5 inches. You're going to need some printed paper that is 2 1/8 by 3 1/4. I just thought this one was so pretty. And I cut 4 this time, so I'm not going to do that white piece in the center. I'm going to do 4 different colored panels, or printed panels. And then you need a piece of solid cardstock, hopefully that matches the other one. I think it looks best that way. That's 1 by 3. You'll need some ribbon. I happen to have the ribbon in this fresh sage that matches this paper, solid color paper, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to use a scoring tool and a scoring board. This pencil, I'll show you how you end up using that. Comes in handy. Some scissors, some double-sided tape, and some liquid adhesive. Okay? All right, so let's get started. First thing we need is to pull our scoring board over here. And of course you need, I cut this with a paper trimmer, but you can cut it however you want. Measure it out with a ruler and cut it. Okay, so this, put the long side at the top, so the 5.5 inch is going to be at the top. And you can use the scoring tool that came with this. I just don't like it as much. And we're going to score at 2 3/8, so the notch right before 2 1/2. Oops, 2 3/8. And 3 1/8 on this piece. And then we're going to take this little strip and we're going to score it at 3/4 of an inch and 2 1/4. Oops. There we go. Now let me show you, let me move this out of the way, and then I'll show you how this pencil comes in handy. So this center section right here, I'm going to take my pencil and I'm just going to kind of curve it along so that I end up with a curve in there. So when I put this down, it curves up a little easier without cracking or anything, because that's going to be what holds your lip balm in place. Okay? So let's fold this over, crease it down nicely. Use your bone folder if you have one handy. I didn't pull mine out. Of course not. All right, first thing we're going to do is take our ribbon, and I just have a little bit of this left, and if there's a shiny side, whatever, make sure your shiny side's up, and just kind of eyeball how long you think it's going to need to do this, and tie a bow at the end. So it's got to wrap all the way around and then have enough to tie a bow. So I think that's probably good right there. Cut this piece, and don't worry about how the ends look right now. You can always pretty those up after you tie the bow. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is lay my ribbon evenly across. Okay, so there's the same amount basically on both sides, as close as you can get. Okay, now I'm going to pick which one of these I want to go on the front, and I think it's going to be this one, because when you fold it up, keep in mind this is kind of how it looks, to me anyway. It may be that you want that to go up and down. However you decide you want the pattern to go, just make sure you cut the pattern like that. Okay. I am going to put, you know what I think I'm going to do is put a little dot, a little glue dot on this ribbon to kind of hold it in place. You do not have to, but I don't want it to wiggle around while I'm putting my front cover on. Flatten that out as much as you can. That's the only problem with glue dots, is they can be a little bumpy if you're not careful. And then that one right about there. I think that's good. Let's see how that looks without getting my head in it. Did I do fairly close? I think so. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our liquid adhesive on here. This is designer adhesive art glitter glue. It does dry clear, but it will dry shiny. So I try not to get a lot of it oozing out around the sides. I just don't like the look of it, the shiny spots on there. Okay, let's just try to get this as even as possible. All right, then we're going to put one on the back. And to me, this goes like this, and this goes like this. Again, I'm probably being way pickier than I need to be about how this goes, but I want it to look right when it's closed up. All right. Let's put this one centered. All right. Let's go to the middle. And you see this goes together really quickly. So we're going to put this down first because the printed pieces are going to kind of cover it up. And this is where I'm going to use my double-sided tape. I just think it holds a little bit better. So we just need a little piece like that. And a piece on the other end. And then you know what? I think I'm going to put another piece right there close to that edge, so it's not pulling up on me. I did that on the last one, I'm pretty sure. Okay. All right. Use my balloon tool to kind of get this adhesive, make sure it's rubbed down nicely, and pull this up. Sometimes with double-sided tape, I know I say this all the time, you can pull up the adhesive piece too if you haven't got it rubbed down. So use something. If you don't have a balloon tool, use your finger or whatever to kind of burnish it down before you go pulling up the cover, the paper piece. All right. Okay. Get this back. And you want to center it as much as you can, and you want this to be level with that crease there. Same thing on the other side. Don't worry if these are a little cockeyed on the sides, because you're going to cover those up anyways. You're not going to see them. All right. So these, I loved this. This looked like little splattered paint, which I thought was really pretty on this piece. And I'll show you the paper pack I got this from. This color right here, the ribbon and the solid paper, is called Fresh Sage, and it is a Fun Stamper's Journey paper that hopefully they still carry. If they do, I will link it below. I really like the color. And put this one down. Should put that one like that. I don't know if it matters as much in the middle, because you're going to have it opened up instead of folded shut. When you're in the middle, you're going to see it at a different kind of view. Okay. Center that. All right, let's see. Here's my other lip balm. Oops. I didn't pull my other one out. I know I had it somewhere. Okay, and this is a tight fit until you go and do that, till you're closing it up, and then it is a little easier fit. Okay, so we're going to close that up. Tie this ribbon. Tight as you want. It hasn't ripped on me yet, so I think you're okay. Just tie your bow. And this, of course, has a shiny side and a dull side, but I think it looks fine however you do it. Okay, that a bit smaller. And get it just exactly how you want it, and then trim off your ends nicely. Oops, need to hold it taut. Sometimes you really need to hold it taut with the ribbon so you don't get a raggedy edge. And I think that turned out really pretty. So you have that option or you have this where you punch the 2 holes and just put the twine through. Either way is really cute. I hope you enjoyed making these. I will put the dimensions down below, and I will put links to everything I used. Also, this paper pack, which I've gotten nice and messy because I took my little clamp off that holds my my scraps here. This is Bo Bunny Butterfly Kisses collection. I'm sure I purchased this at Michael's when they were having a sale, and so it's normally $19.99, but nobody ever pays $19.99, right? You wait for it to go on sale, and actually I think I even purchased it a little cheaper than that. So I think I've got it for under $6. So, and it's really good because it has 48 pieces. Now they were just single-sided, but it has these really pretty, let me see if I could show you, these little like that. And this would be pretty to cut that little piece out, put it on the front, and put a thank you message or whatever if you're giving this to someone. That's a really cute thing to do too. All right, everybody, I hope you enjoyed finding out how to make these, and I hope you give them a try. Happy crafting, everybody.